Time to get started. So recently I've been working on the gun for the Annihilation Barge, which we're still going to continue. I still got a lot more I got to do there. And I just heard my voice somewhere. Where was it? Ah, that's where it was. Okay. Alright. But yeah, we're gonna continue working on the gun a little bit. There's a few more things I want to do to get it kitted out the way I want it, and then we'll move on to the next part, which I think will be working on. I think I might actually try to get into like the internals, like sitting here down on the bottom under the gun itself. And just like my cameras, just like my stream says, I will be getting a new camera here in October to be able to make it to where when I'm streaming these paint sessions, y'all are getting to see, y'all get a better visual of what I'm doing, what I'm painting, and I'll be able to make it to where y'all can see like every fine detail that I'm adding and stuff like that. And if there's something that y'all are curious about or have questions about, I'll try to answer and explain them the best way that I can. I also got some music in the background for those that like to have just a little bit of sound while the stream is going. And this is some like Warhammer style music, so I figured this would be the best way to go about it. Because if we're doing Warhammer, might as well do it right, right? I'll put this here. Okay, I'm going to use some white. I got my camera zoomed in as good as I can get it. Alright, yeah, I got it zoomed in as far as I can get it. Brighten this up a little bit so y'all can see a little better. No, definitely don't want to contrast right now. Alright. I don't know if that helps a little better, if y'all can see it better, but hopefully it will. Like I said, new camera coming in October. That's when I'll be getting a new one. Then you guys will really be able to see what's going on. And the streams will be better too, which I'm super excited for. Quality will be a lot cleaner. Be able to stream the session at 1080p, 100 frames per second, and the camera has some AI capabilities built into it to help manage the movement. This is the one that I used today. Essentially what I'm trying to do this time today is we're going to try to get, like I said, this internal piece right here down on the inside. At first it's going to be hard to see it, but once I get the paint sitting in here the way I need it to, y'all will get to see what I'm doing. Also, if any of y'all been doing anything really cool lately and stuff like that, want to share, be sure that here we just want to relax, hang out, paint, work on stuff, no matter what it is. Because I think everybody's got some really cool abilities, has some very unique talents when it comes to different styles of art, whether it be music, crafting, painting, constructing. It all has an art form of its own, and I love everything about it. Then for those that do come and watch, I really am excited to hear about like what y'all have in store, what y'all been doing. So right now, the only thing you're seeing right now is there's a little bit of white in there, and that's the start of what I'm doing inside this piece here. I think we might wrap it in gold. I know I've been kind of subtly putting gold in spots here and there, but I want it to kind of balance out the dark colors and some of the other colors that I've been adding to it. And then I have a perfect little what's it called? I got like a perfect dry brush to get into that spot there to lighten that up once I get done. Another thing I'm going to invest in after I get a better camera is I'm going to get some better lighting. I think that's the next course of action. about paint is it's easy to fix a mistake if you were to make one. And trust me, sometimes it happens. It happens to the best of us. Like right now I'm being kind of messy with the gold paint. But once it dries and you go back and touch it up, it will look like it never happened. So now, I think we're gonna work on grabbing some lead belcher. I think I might add some more cobalt metal, which I've really been liking the way that that metal offsets with like the other colors. Let's see, I was looking for it, found it. And for those of y'all, let's see, this is the cobalt metal. I like that it's got like a nice bluish tint to it, which is really nice for the so just to kind of give you an idea of what I have in like cobalt metal. So if you look here, this spine right here is the equivalent of that cobalt metal. Also, if you were to look on the sides here on these, there's cobalt metal on these as well. But I'm going to be putting some inside here along with the other stuff. And then we still got the internals to do for like the base of the Annihilation Barge. I know right now it's kind of hard to see because of it just being painted black for right now, but we're working our way to it. But the idea is that we're going to have this thing completely decked out, and I want to do a few things to strengthen some of the other colors or touch them up a little bit. I did want there to be somewhat of a glow to the to like what you're seeing. I mean, essentially I guess you could see like the green glow is the Tesseract glow is what it's called, but it's doing what I want it to do. We'll come back through also with some lead belcher and add that onto the model as well, and some of the other spots on the internals. But for now though, let's go ahead and get some of this cobalt metal. I think what I want to do here is I actually want it to do the pieces that go over the top of this power source. And I think what we might do to kind of make it a little bit lighter, because lead belcher is more of a like it's a silver metal, but it's a darker silver. So what we might do is I might go in there instead with some rune fang steel to kind of lighten it up a little more to make it look brighter. Essentially, that's what we want to do, but until we get to that point, step-by-step process, right? At some point, I'm going to have to take a... Actually, you know what? I'm going to... Because I like this cobalt steel and I want to implement some more of it into the model. I think I'm going to change the color of what's holding it up. That way y'all can see a better look of this cobalt metal. But also I get a cooler looking nice color to add on to it, and yeah. I think overall this is just a better looking metal for this thing that's holding it up. So, I think what I'm going to do next is I think I want to do weapon bronze inside this as well. That's the weapon bronze. That way you are not like getting blinded by the thing, but that's the color that we're gonna put inside, closer to the power source, essentially. And depending on what all we do today, I might even get to working on some of the other stuff that I have planned for the Necrons. And the thing is like, even after I paint these guys, they're not done because I like, the idea is these guys are going to be waking up from being in stasis for such a long time, and they're coming back to life, or they're waking back up to reclaim the galaxy, and in the hopes of finding a way to be able to get to be able to regain a living body. So they're looking for a race that they can transfer their consciousness to, so they can live and die like the rest, like all the other sentient beings that live in the world, or in the galaxy, the universe. Might have been just the build that I needed right there, and I'll have to come back and touch those up too. They're just like, I essentially kind of marked them for right now. I don't know how well y'all can see inside there, but I don't know how well y'all can see on the internals there, but that's what we're working on right now. Along with, I changed the color of the base that's holding up the gun, essentially. I changed it from like a standard silver to that cobalt metal, so it's got like a bluish hue to it. Let's see. And I think I am going to leave the spots where I did color a little bit green right through there, just for the simple fact that, like, because if there's light emanating from something, the light of it's going to glow out to the edges and stuff, which is fine. We're still very much at work on this. Definitely got to go back and do some touch-ups on the gun. Probably going to get some room fang steel out for that, but first things first, we still got to finish this. And I just noticed something that I'm also going to be painting white so I can get that same cool look on it. Actually, I might offset it with a red, but at first I want to paint it white so I can get the man, I keep doing that to myself. I keep needing to need to figure out since I keep bringing it up, might as well bring it to where y'all can see it. All right. Let that dry. Let's see, gotta shake this back up again. While I'm doing that, let's answer a message real quick. Almost got it reincorporated. Second. I'm almost done. I'm just sending a quick message real quick, and then we'll be getting back to painting. Alright, there we go. Gotta run around on that. Now it's time to get back to painting. Had to send some messages real quick, but now we're good. Alright, back to it. getting ahead of myself again. Gotta stop doing that. Alright, so actually, I think before I go back over those pieces and stuff, I think I might actually start painting some of the guys on the front here, just to kind of change it up for a minute. Also, to give it more of a look, I think it would just add overall to the figure to get these guys like decked out and stuff too. And I have a paint style for the guys operating the machine, the Annihilation Barge, because I did it with these guys here. So I have like, oh hey Moon, I appreciate it. Glad you're liking the looks of it. This is one of my guys that I painted a while back. He's known as a Lich Guard. I need to redo his sword, but at some point I'm going to get better at painting the swords. But this is my rendition of one of the guys I did. He's really cool. But kind of going to use the same paint scheme for the guys that are operating here in the front. I am going to make a couple of different variations to it, for the simple fact that it what do you call it? Like they have like different pieces of equipment on their face and stuff, like maybe lenses or attachments that make it to where they might be able to see for the twin Tesla cannon sitting on the top of it. So just to kind of add to the way the gun looks, I'm gonna start. I want to start painting on these guys and make them look really cool. And like I was saying before, these like, even after I get done painting this, so like for instance, my Triarch Stalker one, so this guy here, like essentially he is a fully painted model that I've completed, but he's going but this is just one part of the phase. So since he's already fully painted, the next part is adding like nature and stuff like that to him, and I have like forest moss and vines and stuff like that I'm going to like attach to his attach to the figure to signify that where he's been sleeping at, he's been overtaken by nature. And that's what I want these guys to kind of oh yeah, the embellishments and such. That's right. Are you doing to wait, add the moss and whatnot until after there? Yeah. So essentially, I am gonna wait until I'm done painting them, because it's like I feel like it's gonna like I'm gonna be really messing around with like the idea of how to place them and stuff like that, and also like the bases are also going to be styled as well. I might I might actually do it to where I paint like a model or two and then do something like that, because the only guys that I won't touch for doing like the nature growth and stuff are like guys like this, because he's like like this guy here, he is a god, and connected to the Necrons, but I'm sure as you see like here, he's like on some sort of ancient tomb world, and he's got there's like skulls and power like coursing through the ground itself and stuff, with him like hovering over it. But yeah, like him, I won't be doing the the embellishments with, but like once I get done with this, I would love to have embellishments on it, like having moss like draped over the sides of the gun. Thought about maybe even painting, like getting like an orange or something like an orange paint, and if I darkened it enough, I could maybe make it look like maybe I could put a little bit of paint on some of the moss and make it look like it's being burned from the power or the energy emanating off of the ship itself. Or I mean, hell, really, if I wanted to, might be able to just might be able to take a little bit of the moss and singe it a little bit or something and then put it on there. I think that would be kind of cool too. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was working on painting the mechanism that they're using to control the Annihilation Barge. And the cool thing is about some of these models, so like this model in particular actually has two variants. So if so this variant here that I'm painting is actually the this would essentially be like a tank in the style for the Necrons. But the variant is, instead of having this big gun on here, there would be actually a third person that's like standing in a like a cockpit sort of deal, and he sits up there with like a staff and things like that. And it's supposed to be called a catacomb command barge. So this could either be a tank for devastating destruction, or this could be a what's it called? It could be a damn it, what's the word I'm thinking of? Basically like a command unit. Like he like essentially kind of like barks out commands and does some interesting capabilities, increases the power of your unit's guns and stuff, as long as they're like within 6 inches of it. But yeah, and he has some pretty cool guns and capabilities that they do as for themselves as well. I'm also going to be getting a better camera at coming up in October. Like, I could order one now, but I just kind of want to wait until I get paid again to get one. That way, I'll have a little bit of I'll have some room to wiggle around, and might even buy some more paints. And I also need to get a hold of some new primer so I can start getting my Dark Angels ready to be painted, but I still have to prime them. And I'm going to be trying out a technique that I've never done before with them. Panda, my buddy Panda, he says it's called the Zenithal Highlight, and essentially what's going to happen, just to kind of give y'all an idea of what I'm going to do. So I'm about to take one of my models here, for instance. So let's say we'll just use like this guy for instance. So the Zenithal Highlight is where I'm going to take this model and I'm going to prime it like on all sides. I'm going to prime it black, and then I'm going to take a can of white spray paint and only spray from the top of the head. And what that essentially is going to do is, wherever the white spray paint lands on the model from just the top of the figure is where natural light would be hitting it. And what it'll do is, like, where the light where the white paint will land, when I paint over those spots, they'll be brighter than the rest of the other colors, to signify that that it's like shining in the sun a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do for these guys here, and like, can't wait, especially when I get to paint these guys here. I'm really looking forward to being able to paint them. This is a one of the Saturnine Terminators, and he's going to be a lot of fun to paint. I'm also really looking forward to being able to paint this guy here, just for the fact that he's got a lot of detail and a lot of like depth to his look. And I mean, hell, even the backside of his cape has a lot of details to it, but all in due time. So, and I have more than enough Necrons to keep me going, plus I have some other Necrons that I need to prime. Oh yeah, the fabric detailing is absolutely crazy. That's like with this guy here. Now, I did not paint this guy, but whoever did paint this, yeah, I do. I have a lot to paint in detail. But, so like, this is one of the models that my buddy Josh gave me, and I don't know who painted this. I don't know if my buddy Brett did, or one of the guys at the shop. I'm pretty sure painted this guy. But his cape looks absolutely incredible. I love the way they did that. And then, I mean, even his armor looks very well detailed and very methodical and drawn out. Like, they did a really good job. Nailed it. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to being able to do stuff like this. And the cool thing is the more I do stuff like this, the better it's been getting. And I haven't even been painting a full year yet. And I've been really happy that people actually like the way the art looks and stuff like that on my all my stuff. Like that's more or less what I do the painting for. I'm not looking to like monetize doing stuff like this or anything like that. I just want people to look at this and be like, wow, that was really cool, that's really nice. Like, that's the reaction I want every time. I've also got some music in the background here, a little bit of some. This would be like music you would hear during like Warhammer, whether you're painting or battling. But I do like to change it up, and I'm actually thinking about changing it up a little bit to kind of give more of an upbeat, but also still have that synthetic sound. Because I feel like if I'm painting machines, gotta have like some machine-like music going on. So we could do stuff like this. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to being able to do all kinds of cool stuff. And like I said, this is just so like, this is just one style, and I know right now as it looks, these guys actually do have a lot of similarities. So yeah, it's kind of wild. But when I did my Triarch Stalker, when I first started painting this thing, I loved it so much that I was like, I got to do something else to look just like it. And I think these look really neat for what they are. And like I said, just wait till I get to put the forest moss and vines and stuff like that on them. And then on top of that, I'm going to style the bases so it looks like they're flying over actual terrain, which is really cool. And funny enough, while I'm doing this, I will show y'all some, what's it called here. So I actually have this stuff here. This is ashland, so it's like a sand base. So use some of this with some Mod Podge, and some of the forest moss actually looks like miniature plants and stuff too, which is really cool. But I have that stuff in the plan for afterwards. And I think I have, okay, here's actually, because I wanted to test out how well that would look. So this is actually this is a older Necron that was given to me by Panda, which used to be one of his friends' models. And this is the base that I did for it. I don't know how well the light is helping. There we go. A little better, I guess, or not so much. But yeah, I would say I'm really looking forward to it. This has been a really cool thing, but I really liked how see like these pieces on the back here are part of the forest moss that I have. But essentially, I tried to make it look like they were like this guy was on like some sort of planet, and this is a old school Necron model. This is an old school warrior, and it was funny. They used to use like this is a little tube that you actually had to like place into the space of the gun. Otherwise, the gun looked absolutely wild. But that's the older look. I wouldn't say from I don't know what year, or I want to say around mid to early 90s model. Might be a little bit older than that. I'm not sure. But I know there's some other things that I have not shown. This was one of the first Necrons that I painted. These are scarabs, and I did like a I wanted them to have like a scorched metal, but I also wanted them to be emanating power and stuff. So it was kind of cool. I was trying to make a metallic purple for these guys, and they came out really cool. And the funny thing is like the rust effect that y'all are seeing on there is literally me just dry brushing an orange paint. So like I could essentially, the funny thing is when like even for as bright of an orange this is, it actually that's the rust that you're seeing on there, is that kind of that's like light color of orange, and it looks like that on the legs, which are really cool. So these guys have been like sleeping on a planet and have like have been there long enough to start building up rust. So let's see here. I need to get that little tiny brush back out that I had. So what I'm about to do now is the part that I have painted white on those internal areas are about to be green as well, because essentially I want that to be like the main power source area. That's what's running the whole entire ship. It's just like a chaotic power, like a chaotic ball of energy, essentially being like raw energy from a Satan god like this guy here. Oh, and I can't wait. I think I posted it in your Discord, Moon. I want to say it was, I think it was when I was talking about, hold on, where's the cauldron at? Here we go. I don't remember if I posted a picture of the model. Okay, yeah, I did. So it was like back on the it was on the 6th. I showed a picture of one of the Satan gods that I want to get a hold of. So there's three gods in total, lore wise, that I know of for the Satan gods. And like I said, this guy here, he's one of the Satan gods. This is Satan, Shard of the Void Dragon. Hence the reason why he looks like, hence the reason why he has like wings and somewhat of a mechanical tail. But one of the other guys that I'm looking forward to getting a hold of, he is known as the Satan Shard of the Nightbringer, and yeah, it in the Creative Cauldron tab of your Discord moon, I showed a picture of what the model was that they've been using for the past like 8 or 9 years, which would be the picture in white. Like, he looks just like Death incarnate, like the way we would see Death. That's how he's supposed to look. And I put a picture right next to it to where they're coming out next year in 2026 with his new look, and he looks all the more badass, and he's actually going to pair really well with my Void Dragon once I get a hold of him. Let's see, but yeah, it's a really cool picture. Can't wait to get a hold of him and assemble him. Like, I'm going to stream building him and painting him. And if I end up getting more models, because the thing is my Necron army is not a completely like built army. There's still pieces that I need to complete the build that I'm going for. So I will still be getting more Necrons as time goes on. Essentially, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be dry brushing this Tesseract Glow, and that's the green that you're seeing on here. And what I've been doing is giving it a so I'll paint whatever area that I want to paint with this white first. That way it the green like really stands out and looks like a glow almost. And the cool thing is all I'm doing is I'm just dabbing on it, almost like a almost like a tattoo pen, or like a tattoo gun. And see, just on the inside there, I know it's kind of hard to see unless I think it's turn the picture off. Turn the light off there. So that little symbol right there is what I was just painting. And mind you, I'm about to go through, if I can get my brush up inside here. It might be a little bit bulky for what I'm trying to do right here, so I might have to switch to a different, or not, maybe. Might get lucky here. There we go. And the cool thing is like some spots are going to look a tiny bit yellow the way I was dabbing this in. So it looks like there's like lighter and darker elements of the energy surging through it. And the cool thing is it is a little bit messy on the internals there. Hold on, let me get a better. Right there on that internal area is what I'm working on. I can't wait to get a new camera. October needs to hurry up and get here. But essentially I'm working on that internal because that's, like I said, that's the power source that's running the whole ship. and emanates the energy through. And then also we'll be, like I said, we're still working on the guys in the front here. Yeah, I really do like the green, and if you ever want to get a hold of some stuff like this, and mind you, this is a technical color, so it's very watery, and can separate very easily. But this is that color though. This is Tesseract Glow, and it's a Citadel color paint, which is really which so far I really like the colors that they have. Like one of my other favorite. So this is so another cool. Wait, all the parts and the functions. What do you mean? Like, are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about like the stuff that I was explaining on here. Yeah, I was gonna say it just from reading the book and stuff like that, and to give you another cool thing that helps me understand the stuff inside, or to understand the stuff that I'm working with or what I'm looking at. I have this. So, if you were ever to get into Warhammer, and you wanted to be able to pilot an army, in Warhammer 40k, you have to have what they call a codex. And this codex basically tells you everything that you need to know about your army, what they have at their disposal, what the... Oh yeah, so this is my this is my codex for the Necrons. This is the 10th edition one. And so essentially and I love that too. This is their I'm knocking stuff over. I love the Necron symbol. I think that's a really neat thing they have. But they tell you all kinds of stuff. They tell you star charts. They tell you lore. And absolutely love the artwork. This is a Scorpec destroyer in this picture here, and they're what appear to be look like they're fighting orcs in that picture there. But what I'm trying to get to is oh yeah, here's another really cool picture for inside the book. And these are just some of the guys, but this is an army that somebody painted and stuff. It's really incredible. But what I wanted to get to is I have units that are like this. I still have more units I need to get a hold of. So like the big long one there is another one I need to get a hold of. Need to get a hold of this this thing right here. There's all kinds of stuff, but this is what I'm talking about here. So anything I want to know about the unit. So for instance, the Scorpec destroyer, which is the one down here, tells you everything that you need to know about it, how strong it is, how what its weapons are, what its abilities are. And essentially, that's kind of where I get most of my knowledge from. But that's for if you're playing. They even have and no, I have not been doing this directly because I don't have all the paints from this. But they even, if you really wanted to, they even tell you how to paint your army if you wanted to paint it in this style. But yeah, essentially you can learn lore and all kinds of cool stuff from this book, but that's what you need to use if you were to ever play Warhammer. But it's still really cool. I like it a lot. That's, to be honest, the codex is one of the reasons why I know anything at all about Warhammer. Otherwise, I wouldn't know anything. But no, one of the other cool paints that I wanted to show you, this is a really cool one. And I love the name for this. This is the name of the paint. It's called Blood for the Blood Gods. And this is a technical paint, and I'll show you why. This is a like, I would say, if you were to, if you did not know this was a paint, would you say that looks like blood? Yeah, it's essentially supposed to look like a technical. Yeah, like if you didn't know that was paint, it would look like actual blood just sitting in a pot, which is crazy. But that's why I have. Where the hell did he go? There he is. That's why. So when I did my orange ultramarine, if you look closely on his shoulder pad, on his legs, he on the yeah. So like, look, even like I even like coated the blood to drip down his like his front leg there, and because of how much I put there, it looks a little bit darker, almost like it carterized. But yeah, it's a really neat effect, and if you look too, like on his little like on the scriptures and stuff that hang off of his gun, there's blood that's dripping off of it as well. Like, it's just hell, I even went as far as to, like, if you look at his the holster for his gun, there's even a little bit of blood on it from like something being fought behind him. That's one thing I've really enjoyed about doing this, is just like because I have been reading some of the stuff in your Discord, because I think it's really cool, especially like the lore stuff that you do, and it had me thinking, and I also wanted to implement like kind of like my own little story with my own little story with some of these guys. So like this is, so just for instance, like this guy here, he's still not done yet, but the cool thing is that like with this guy, he's a librarian, has abilities of a psyker, and can deal with the powers of the warp, but he but on one of his missions, he ended up landing on a Necron tomb world, and was able to steal some of their knowledge, and is literally carrying it back to bring back to for a mission that he was inclined to do for the Adeptus Mechanicus, because everybody knows Adeptus Mechanicus love everything about the Necrons, just because the Adeptus Mechanicus believe that in order to be closer to the Omnissiah, which is the machine god, they altered their bodies with mechanical parts and stuff like that. And I mean, what better way to be close to the Omnissiah than to be a full-on robot? And the Adeptus Mechanicus have been trying to find ways to like make themselves be closer to the Omnissiah. So they want to learn how in the hell the Necrons were able to become full machines. And the cool thing is that one of the so there's actually a YouTube video you can go like on YouTube that you can go see, that this quote came from, and it's actually from one of the Warhammer games that they made back a little while back, and it's called Mechanicus, and at the very start of the game, there is a video clip that plays, and I kind of think this for myself too, because I've over these past couple of years I've underwent a lot of surgery and did a lot of like recovering and stuff. So, and I actually have a lot of tech inside my hip for an experimental surgery that was done recently. And the quote says, "When I began to understand the weakness of my flesh, I was disgusted by it." And just that one little excerpt goes to show that like it truly showed how direly and bad they want to become more machine-like, because they truly believe that machines have souls, and I guess in this case the Necrons would be that. But little do the Adeptus Mechanicus know that biotransference is a I wouldn't say that it's irreversible. I mean, if it can be done to transfer a consciousness into a mechanical body to make it live forever, then there's got to be a way to be able to undo the process. So essentially that's what these Necrons are doing. They want to wake up. They want to, like, just like anything that would be immortal, I feel like living an immortal life would be maddening. Your mind would snap after so many centuries, because all the people that you once knew and loved would be gone, but you're what remains. And that would be a very lonely and scary lifestyle to live. And the thing was, when the Necrons first went on a warpath, they wanted to kill every sentient being that there was. They wanted the whole galaxy to be completely silent. But once they saw that they were being mistreated and taken advantage of by the Satan gods, because they were literally eating their star, they essentially was like, you know what, it's time to go to bed. we've damn near killed everybody off. We just need to let life take its course, and we'll see what happens. And if there's sentient life again, we're going to find a way to become that life. But they need to find a suitable host, a suitable race to like sink themselves into. To be honest with you, I could see them going after the Tau, and to be honest, I think the Tau would be the closest thing to what the Necrons would be, because like essentially to me, the way that the Necrons looked when they were yeah, time to toss Tau in for the evening, yeah. But I think they were like, it's time to go to bed. We'll come back and see what's happening. And when they came back, war was being fought. And another reason why they went to sleep was because there was actually there was a actual race that gave Necrons absolute hell anywhere they went, and they even went out of their way to kind of like stalk them and hunt them down. And funny enough, the what's it called? The race that was like really tearing up the Necrons. They're essentially like the equivalent to space elves. They're known as the Eldari, or a lot of people just call them the Eldar. But the Eldar, like I said, they're space elves. they were one of the races that actually would openly hunt down the Necrons and try to like outright completely wipe them out. And the problem with that is that a Necron doesn't necessarily die. If his body becomes too damaged, then his mind will be re-downloaded into another body back at their tomb world, and then they will go back out and make their way back to the battlefield to fight, essentially. And they just do this mindlessly, except for those that would be known as warlords. And warlords are essentially like some of the Necrons, the Necrontiers, like higher ups, or people that had like a position of like think of like a politician or a monarch or something of that level. And people of high nobility or of status in the Necron tier somehow was able to keep their minds intact for when they went through biotransference. But all the other ones, so like let's say, so like these two guys for instance, they wouldn't have control of their mindsets. They would literally just be souls trapped inside these bodies and told to do whatever. So this guy this guy would be somebody that would keep his mind intact after the biotransference. And this is an actual overlord, or he's known as an overlord with a translocation shroud. Basically, he can teleport. But this guy would be like lore-wise, essentially, he would be able to give these guys the command to do something. This guy, for instance, would also be another one of those people, and he's an actual character. This is Illuminor Xeris, and as you see here, he likes to do experiments. This guy is like to me, he's like a mad scientist for the Necrons. And if you look here, there's literally a space marine laid out on the ground, and he's conducting an experiment and drawing his life force from his body, essentially. It's absolutely crazy. And I do know who painted this. This is one of my buddies, Brett. This is his work. Shout out to Brett for painting this. This guy is absolutely incredible. And I still like that I have him as one of my characters in my army. And he's really good too. He's really good with battle line units. But I keep getting sidetracked here. I apologize for that. The lore is just so to me, the lore is intoxicating. There's so much that you can talk about and explain, and there's thousands of things that you can like stumble upon in the world of Warhammer. Like I think there was one time I was talking about there's an actual war that's going on between like 3 different factions, and at first it only started off with 2, and then the third one kind of came along after a while. But there's a war being waged in the Octaria sector, and it's between the orcs and the Tyranids. And essentially that's like a match made in heaven, because orcs, all they want to do is fight. Their ideal of heaven is to fight and die, and then get back up and do it again. And the Tyranids, they want to be able to consume like flesh and organic things. So they or what they would consume is what they call biomass. they essentially, they essentially are what's the word I'm thinking of? They're basically think of like if you've ever seen Starship Troopers, or if you've ever heard of the PC game called StarCraft. There's another cool one. Wait, where did my mouse go? But yeah, the mouse. Not the mouse. What am I talking about? Damn it! I lost my train of thought. Once it comes back to me, I'll let you know. But that happens from time to time. But I think what I'm gonna do here. This little ring here gold. Right now, what I'm doing now is I'm working on the harness piece that are connected to the Necrons that are sitting here in their seats. I'm gonna try to give this a cool look. I think what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use that lead belcher for the primary metal pieces that are holding them in place. It'll be easier to explain once I go to do the process, and you'll see what you call it. I'm about to show it here in a minute. Take some lead belcher. This is a really cool metal. I like this one for the fact that it's like a super, like it's a darker metal, but it still has that silver property, so it doesn't take away. Some of this on the we'll get some lead belcher here. That's what we have right now. some of the weapon bronze. Break some of this paint up to get a little wet again. There we go. Still need to put some mud filter on the other one. I'd say, but other than that though, what have you been up to today, Moon? Oh crap, I accidentally painted silver. I'm gonna have to repaint that gold. Whoops. Some of these other pieces are kind of tough to get into. Actually, before I go doing that, might help if I finish what I started first. Yeah, that's tricky. That up a little more. So go ahead and touch up the pieces here too, make that look a little more shinier. That moment when you notice a lot of stuff that you might have forgot to touch up, so you end up going back and touching it up anyway. Back to what I was doing originally before I got sidetracked. guys started on looking cool. Like I said, these guys are about to start coming to life right before our very eyes. Oops. I almost grabbed the wrong paint there for a second. But have y'all been up to anything cool today? see, he's starting to get some color to him. There though. He's starting to come around. And we're starting just with one for now, and then we're steadily Oh no, you're fine. I say, even if you're not saying anything, you're good. I figured you all were hanging out doing something of the similar nature, and hopefully the music's is not too much or anything like that. Hope y'all are liking the music. Found some, figured this would be some cool looking, cool sounding music for doing this kind of stuff and all that. Okay. sometimes it feels weird when sitting here painting and you're just painting with one color for a while. You feel like sometimes I feel like it's just one, like I'm just only doing one thing this whole entire time. But I guess when it comes to like the styles and patterns and stuff like that you want, sometimes it takes a lot of one color before you can add the others in, and when you do, it'll make it look like something really incredible. Oh yeah. may not look like much right now. Even the guys in the front are starting to come to life. We're getting there anyway. Think about changing the music up here in just a second, just to kind of change, just to give a bit of a different feel here in a second. And if y'all have a style of like instrumental music y'all like, whether it be like rock or like an ambient sound or anything like that, if y'all have preferences, are more welcome to let me know, because I have a couple of different things I like to play out and stuff like that. Plus I have like even if I don't do like the heavy stuff or like the synthetic wave music and all that, I also have like a couple other ones that are really cool to listen to for painting and drawing and all that. I also used to use it for tournaments that me and my brother ran for Super Smash Brothers as well. Okay. So now I think time to go back through the might actually give them gold shoulders. I don't know, just kind of clarify for rank, but I think for now I'm just going to leave it like it is. real quick while I'm thinking about it. I appreciate it, Ravi. I'll definitely keep that in mind. I don't think I've... Alright, I'll definitely make sure to check that out for sure. Alright. But I'm glad that you're liking the stream though and enjoying the music and stuff like that. I've been trying to keep it going for everybody. Y'all are always welcome to the stream, and if y'all are working on stuff as well, just like I said, you're more welcome to just come hang out, and we get to do some cool stuff while we're at it. Let's see. Here we go. I don't know if y'all like some, I don't know how y'all feel about some rock and roll or some metal, but this is supposed to be like some wizard style metal. That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, yeah, I can get behind this. Wait, nope, not that. Oops. To be honest, I kind of like this change up in music that I found. It's kind of cool.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
Have you ever considered not being a bitch? No, I'm just playing. How you doing, buddy?
Doing alright. What you up to?
Not much. I hope I didn't make that joke at a weird time. You sound like tired.
Well, I'm streaming.
Oh, good. I did not know. I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man.
Glad that's all I said.
Right?
I mean, I'm not inappropriate. I would never say anything bad.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just driving home.
Nice.
It was so hot out today on the 3 roofs I inspected. I had to stop my inspection about 2 to 3 times each roof to cool my phone off in my truck.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a warm day.
Yeah, it's been very humid and pretty toasty.
Right.
How many people are watching you?
I got a couple people.
Nice, that's awesome.
Wait,
I wish I had the personality for it.
Wait, Moon, spill the beans. What do you mean? Spill what beans? I found some wizard metal. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep the tops there. Oh, I forgot to paint the other side of his hand there. Whoopsie.
Oh, you're painting right now?
Yep. That's why I'm streaming.
Nice. That's awesome. If you're still doing that when I get home, I will jump on the stream. I've been wanting to watch you paint. I was actually just bragging to a homeowner about your painting. I actually showed them one of your miniatures.
Oh, that's cool. What did they think of it?
She thought it was awesome. She had no clue what any of it was, but
oh yeah.
I showed her the one that I always show people, one with the like glowing joints and stuff.
Oh, are you talking about my Triarch Stalker?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I can never remember these things, but yeah.
Well, it's funny. Wait, spill. Oh, shout out to your friend. Oh, the one that did the. Oh, he said. Oh, she's saying, spill the beans. But that's cool though. They like the artwork and stuff. Like I said, that's primarily what I do the paint and stuff for. Is like I'm not looking for I'm not looking to get famous by any means or anything like that. But I would like people to be able to like stop and be like, "Holy crap, that looks really cool! Did you do that?" Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Yeah, I really like that one specifically, but I showed that one and I showed the one with the throne.
Oh, the Silent King?
Yeah, the big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have a few other things. I'm really wanting to. I want to get more fantasy models so I can paint other stuff other than like my Warhammer models. I want to do like there's a few angel models I want to get my hands on. There's a
nice.
Like I definitely want to paint like demons and stuff like that as well. And one of my things is when it comes to painting and stuff like that, if somebody else did the painting for me, so like the legs for instance of my Triarch Stalker, I didn't do that. My buddy Don did that for me. But it was the fact that he showed that to me, and then I've been trying to implement that technique to other stuff. So like
yeah, that's awesome.
So like my Void Dragon, I wanted because when I first painted it, my lightning looked very dark and didn't have any life to it. But now, but with this guy here, I mean, I got to do some really cool. Like I was able to go back and revitalize redo the lightning. Because I wanted it to look brighter and look like it's actual energy based instead of like just a dark flat color.
Right.
But essentially,
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just something to do. And for people to come in and hang out in my stream and stuff like that, I'm glad they do, and if they want to interact with me, that's awesome. If not, then, you know, as long as they come and watch and they're working on something that they want to work on along with me, great. I say, hell yeah, bring it on. Come hang out and paint, do whatever. As long as everybody's friendly and enjoying what they see. And if they like the music that goes along with it. Because right now I'm rocking some instrumental.
Nice.
here. Yeah, I can't wait to add some of the shade. I'm going to use some of that Agrax Earth Shade to give this this model depth, so like in the crevices and stuff it'll actually look like there's shading.
Yeah, that stuff's so cool. Like, I am not artistic in any way. That is just not how my mind works.
You never
unfortunately.
Well, you never know until you try. And the reason why I say that, because I had that same exact thought, and look at me now.
That is fair.
Like,
yeah,
I've never,
passion,
I've never done anything like this for 30 years. And then I decided, you know what, this is really cool. And I love the way that people painted stuff, so I was like, well, because I was like, I doubt I'll ever have money to be able to pay somebody to make my stuff look cool. Why not learn to do it myself?
Yeah. It's honestly way cooler that way too, because then it's truly your own.
Oh yeah, I mean every piece of model that I paint, or everything that I've created or painted so far, to me, I look at it as like I'm bringing life to my own children. This is like
it was born from your mind.
Yeah. This is going to be like I can't wait to see my army fully painted. And the thing is like my buddy Panda was even telling me too when I was playing him on Warhammer. He was like, "Dude, your army looks incredible on the table." And he was saying that because of like all the painting and stuff that I've been doing.
It's awesome.
Ever since I got into the hobby. And I mean, hell, the very first thing I bought, I ended up painting, and they still came out really cool, which I need to do them justice. They were one of the first models I bought, and that was my orcs. I think the tooth on the on the squid came out really cool. Like, I was able to leave the black paint inside the mouth and paint the other pieces so it actually like stands out, looks like his mouth is open. Really cool. But yeah, I can't wait to do right by my orcs, give them an army to war with. And yes, I said war. It's their way of saying war. Go duck on mangy git. Ducka. I love the orcs. Everything about the orcs is just absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to have an army of them too. I want to get my hands on one of their big mechs, and Panda has a few of them. And one of the biggest mechs that you can get for an orc army is called a Stompa. And the Stompa looks really cool. Think of a mech that was made out of parts from a junkyard that has multiple holes in all kinds of sides of it that are housing multiple little orcs to be popping out and shooting. But it's like a very destructive thing too. Like it, and like I said before, whatever an orc believes, it becomes reality. Now, the trick to making that actually work for the orcs is you have to get enough orcs to believe. What the hell? For a second there, I thought Gigi was in my bed for a second. That was weird. Yeah, in order for things to work for an orc, you have to have enough orcs that believe in the same thing. And funny thing enough, it's just like their deities. Their deities are kind of like believed into existence. Oh, that was what I was going to say earlier. Moon, if you're listening still. What I was, it was something I was going to say about the orcs. No, it wasn't about the orcs. It was about the Eldari. So when I was talking about the Necrons earlier, because I lost my train of thought a little bit ago. So the Eldar were one of the races that actually would hunt down the Necrons and try to destroy them, because they knew that the Necrons were going to be a menace to existence itself. And they did really good at being able to combat them. But when the Necrons decided to go into stasis and go to sleep for eons, the Eldari became complacent. You gotta think, after so much time has gone by and you haven't seen your enemy show up for a long time, you think, okay, they're gone, right? Well, not only on top of that, the Eldari actually found, they got so complacent in what they were doing originally, dealing with the Necrons, that they started to get to where they delved into more or less like hobbies and stuff like that, like things that gave them great pleasure, and they literally started like they might as well have all been on drugs, in my opinion, because they all they got super complacent. They didn't think about the Necrons no more, and they were just looking to like find like new ways of finding pleasure and doing all kinds of other stuff. And they did this stuff so much that they brought a chaos god into existence. They essentially were screwing around and partying it up and doing everything, doing all kinds of fun things that they literally created a chaos god, and her name is Slaanesh. Slaanesh is as messed up as it sounds, and I don't. She's like the BDSM queen. Like her whole realm is like a like a glorified horror pleasure dome kind of deal, and she's a monstrous of a deity. But it's the fact that an entire race was able to create a a god from their own hubris. But that's what brings me back around to the orcs. The orcs only believe in two deities, and their names are Gork and Mork. I'm gonna let that marinate for a second. They believe in two gods, and their names are Gork and Mork. And they, funny enough, like, the orcs do as well as they do because of their belief systems. And that's why I love them so much. I can't wait to, like, have an army of orcs. I get to, like, go absolutely wild with all kinds of different colors and stuff, because essentially they use things that are made up of, like, broken parts. Random, like, they could put two sticks together in the form of a cross and call it a Tommy gun, and it will shoot bullets. It's absolutely insane. I like the orcs' belief system. It's kind of cool. And just as another funny story, there was actually a story about, there was these guys from the Astra Militarum, which, I reiterate, that's like the regular military instead of being like Space Marines. They're just regular soldiers. But the thing is that, in this battle that was taking place, and they were fighting against orcs, mind you. But the problem is that these military guys literally ran out of ammo, had nothing left to be able to fight back against the orcs except for whatever melee weapons they had on hand. And because they didn't know what else to do, there was orcs that were charging at them, and they literally held up their hands like pointing like finger guns at the orcs and said "Daka, Daka, 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 Daka," and the orcs believed it enough that they died. like what kind of sense is that? They died because they believed they died. Oh man.
Sorry, I got disconnected because of a phone call.
Oh, you just missed out on a funny story.
I'm sure.
I was telling a story about there was a moment in Warhammer where these Astra Militarum soldiers were literally fighting against the orcs, and they ran out of ammo. Had nothing except their knives or chainsaws, whatever they had for a melee weapon. Had no arsenal whatsoever left. And because they didn't know what else to do, they literally pointed their hands in the forms of guns at the orcs and said "Daka, Daka, 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 Daka," and the orcs believed that they got shot and they died.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it goes two ways. Okay.
It was,
yeah.
But I mean, the funny thing is if the orcs don't die in funny ways, the equipment that they use end up killing them anyway.
Really?
Because I mean, think about it. You're literally putting parts together out of a junkyard, or just out of whatever battlefields. To be honest, I kind of hope that they'll bring back. There's a certain type of orc that I would love to like instill into a battle, but I have to wait for them to bring it back into circulation. I can't think of their names, but they're literally orcs in power armor. They're
nice.
And so, and as a lot of people see, they're already very powerful in their own right.
Yeah, it's terrifying to think.
But to put them in power armor, and lore-wise, there actually is orcs that wear power armor, and they are some of the most busted damn things in like the orc repertoire.
I'll bet.
They're absolutely crazy.
Depending on how you paint that power armor, they can get real nasty.
Oh yeah, and I already have plans for when I get a hold of actual orc mechs and stuff like that. I want to get there's like a couple of orc sets that I want to get. Some of them are called Killicans, and they're like they're a type of orc mech made. They almost look like trash cans with weapons attached to them and stuff like that, made out of like random metal parts, and like for instead of a chainsaw blade, they have literal like actual saw blades on the ends of like these panels, and it looks so cool. And I got to see so one of my paints that I was showing my friend Moon earlier is I have a paint called Blood for the Blood God, and it's a technical paint, and it literally looks like blood dripping down stuff if you put it on stuff when you put the paint on stuff. And I did that with one of my Space Marines, and it's super cool. I can't wait to now do I want to use, actually, you know what, I am going to use Rune Fang Steel for this piece here. I was thinking about just using a white paint. Actually, you know what, no, screw it, no, we are going to do that. Yeah,
is that a corn reference, or is it corn? Is that right, or
what?
The Blood God, or
oh, Blood for the Blood God? Yeah, that's a reference to corn.
Okay. See, I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
and for those
Slowly but surely.
For those that don't know, Khorne is the chaos god of war. He's also but he's also the god of like honor among warriors. Like, it's weird that these chaos gods actually have like they have like they represent certain qualities, but they also represent very bad things. Okay. I think the part that's going to be really tricky, depending on how I want to paint this. Ooh, I think I have an idea. I say that, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think I have an idea. We're going to find out here soon enough. We'll find out if ideas are my strong suit or not. Usually they're not, but we're gonna learn today.
Gonna learn today.
Okay. Now I do need the room thing steel, but I think I'm going to change my paintbrush up. Give that paintbrush a break. Use one of the other ones. Something with a longer bristle, maybe. Oh, so, okay. Random people giving me, thinking it's an actual person clipping into my stream over there and kick, but it's just one of those automated traps. It's a trap!
Oh, I hate this section of highway. People are such idiots.
It'll be like that sometimes.
Oh my gosh. Some of the worst drivers I've ever seen here.
Yeah.
I know everyone says that, but I've lived in like 26 states already. And it's awful here. Especially the St. Louis area.
And so I haven't lived in a lot of different states, but I've traveled through damn near almost all of them.
Yep.
I think the states that I can say that I have firmly stayed in a place in is New York, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep. That's where my brother's staying at currently until he's able to move back over here.
Oh, that's nice. Where in Alabama?
He stays by Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Oh, now you just got that song stuck in my head. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
The Ride. It's a good song.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, all right. I think what I'm gonna do is just gonna make a new spot for white paint because I think the other one's getting a little bit dried out. So we'll just make a new location for it. Oops. Put in a spot where there's actual Water on the sponge too. I think what I'm going to do too while I'm at it, while I'm working on, okay, so back through and paint these other pieces white because I want to give them like different colors for being like buttons on the panel.
Nice.
Almost there. Okay.
I'm looking way forward to getting back to the hotel so I can just lay on the floor because my back is killing me.
I hear you, man.
I got a pinched nerve in my back today. I don't know what's going on with it. It's annoying. I'm getting too old. Just random things hurting all the time. It's miserable.
That's how it goes, man. Okay, almost there.
Nemo don't ever grow old.
Ha! I was like, who you telling?
Right.
I say I've been in the hospital more times than an elderly person does.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair. Oh, actually, it's not fair, but you know what I mean.
Life's not fair. But
Indeed, it's not.
That's why I still like. That's why I am a big fan of Paul Newman. For one movie in particular. And because of this quote, and I still live by it. And he says, and I quote, "Sometimes nothing can play a real cool hand."
Well said. Well said.
And that's what it be. That's the truth of it. Sometimes having nothing can play a real cool hand. Hence the reason he was known as Cool Hand Luke. There was a part that I missed that I got to paint on the other one. Yeah, there's a couple pieces I forgot to paint, but I'll go back, touch them up when I get the chance to. Okay. See if I can go back and touch up some of the stuff that I missed.
How's it going, boss? Alrighty, well, I'm gonna jump off here for a few, brother. Just wanted to say hi. I'll probably see you here in a bit.
Alright, man. Catch you later.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.
Actually, you know what? No, we'll be doing... I'll have to redo his foot at some point. I say I like how bright this orange is, like, just so you get an idea. That's how bright that orange is. It's gonna look like something once we get it done. Say this is where we're sitting right now on the guys in the front. They're starting to come along. Okay.
This is Wick. Yes, John.
Yeah, we'll use that. Probably need one more time to drive before I go in there with that stuff. Probably what I need to do. Let that dry a little longer, so we'll just work on another piece. So I definitely want to get. Actually, I think I'm gonna give this guy a red eye instead of a. Alright. I think I finally gotten to the point now where I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I have bowling in a couple hours, so I will be back on later probably. But as it sits right now, I don't know how well this is going to gleam or shine, but if y'all are able to see, as you see here, we've gotten the guy sitting here. Still got some work to do on him. Come on, camera adjust. Really can't wait to get a new camera, but as it sits right now, we're getting very close to being done with it. Still got the back pieces to do, but we got the guys up here in the front. We got some buttons and stuff being lit up from where they're working or running the ship. Got a little bit of power running through some their seats, kind of, but it's all coming together. We're almost there. But I think the next thing I want to do is after we, because there's a couple more things I want to finish on these guys here, but I think after that we'll be on to the thrusters on the back, and we'll be on to the gun on the bottom, and then we'll be just doing some touch-up stuff here and there, and pretty much I think we'll be almost done with this. The Annihilation Barge is almost done being painted, and then we'll be on to another Necron. But dropping your stream and kick fan is actually wild. Yeah, streamers are getting real eyes on their stuff for real. Yeah, I'm sure. I've seen that so many different times a day. Well, that's okay, because I think what's going to happen next is we'll be doing the next part at some point here soon. Probably here in the next couple days. I'll be back on to stream to finish off the... Oh yeah, there's still one more piece we gotta do. The centerpiece or whatnot. So like, we gotta do that. We gotta do the bottom part of the ship, but not much more. Getting very close. But for those of y'all that came into the stream and was watching, thank y'all again. I will be back at this again another day. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see y'all next time.